The West, led by the United States and its allies, has weaponized sanctions to keep African leaders in chains, forcing them to bow to foreign interests. These are not tools of justice, but traps to ensure our continent remains divided and dependent. Yet, a new dawn is rising, led by visionaries like Captain Ibrahim Traoré of Burkina Faso, who dreams of an independent, united Africa. Today, we expose the sinister use of sanctions, call for African leaders to forge a united front, and imagine the unstoppable power of a continent under one leader. A force so mighty that no sanction could touch it. This is the Africa we must build. Sanctions are not about democracy or human rights. They are about control. The West uses them to punish African nations that dare to prioritize their people over foreign agendas. Zimbabwe is a prime example. In 2001, the US passed the Zimbabwe Democracy and Economic Recovery Act, ZEDERA, after President Robert Mugabe's land reforms reclaimed white-owned farms for black Zimbabweans. The EU followed with sanctions on Mugabe's allies and institutions. The stated goal was democracy, but the real aim was to cripple a nation that defied Western economic interests. ZEDERA blocked Zimbabwe from accessing IMF and World Bank loans, strangling its economy. The result? Hyperinflation, unemployment and suffering, all blamed on Mugabe's mismanagement, while sanctions' role was downplayed. Sudan faced similar punishment. For decades, US sanctions citing terrorism devastated Sudan's economy, restricted trade, and fueled instability. Even after Sudan normalized ties with Israel in 2020, relief was slow, proving sanctions are less about reform and more about submission. Eritrea, sanctioned by the US and UN since 2009 for allegedly supporting al-Shabaab, a charge it denies, suffers for its fierce independence in the Horn of Africa. In the Sahel, Mali, Burkina Faso and Niger face sanctions from ECOWAS, a body often aligned with Western interests, after expelling French troops and seeking Russian partnerships. When Mali's Assimi Goïta and Burkina Faso's Ibrahim Traoré rejected neo-colonial ties, ECOWAS imposed border closures and trade bans, hurting ordinary citizens most. These sanctions send a clear message: step out of line and your people will pay. The West's hypocrisy is infuriating. France clings to its former colonies through the CFA franc, tying 14 nations to its treasury, yet faces no sanctions for this economic stranglehold. Leaders like Rwanda's Paul Kagame or Uganda's Yoweri Museveni, despite questionable democratic records, escape punishment because they serve Western interests.